I want to give you an update on a story we've been following just recently when it comes to the war in Ukraine. It's the economic side of it, okay? And as you probably know, there are sanctions imposed on Russia. We're not supposed to be sending important goods to Russia. And primarily, one of the biggest manufactured items the UK creates is cars, okay? And that's certainly the case with car exports. We used to send quite a lot of cars to Russia. This is pre-invasion. Then the invasion happened, and look at that line. It goes down basically to zero. But look at what happened with UK exports to Azerbaijan. This is car exports from the UK to Azerbaijan. They're basically close to zero, and then they go up to really high levels. And we've just had the latest data through, £26 million worth of exports in February. So that's the update on this story, £26 million. It's not just any car exports. We're talking about high-value goods here, high-value cars. And that's relevant because there's a very specific rule which says you can't export anything, a car worth more than £42,000 to Russia. These are on average worth far more, £115,000 from Azerbaijan. That puts it in the top level of car exports from the UK. To look at these other countries, you're talking about Luxembourg, you're talking about Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, Switzerland. That's where Azerbaijan is. Very small, developing economy, emerging economy. And Kazakhstan, similar story. Why is that relevant? Because some people suspect that cars and exports going from these countries do go onwards towards Russia, but there's no way of really proving it. And this is what the lobby group, the motor lobby group, the SMMT, says. Car exports from UK factories to Azerbaijan have grown since 2019 due to multiple factors, including significant new model launches, pent-up demand, and a growing domestic appetite. I'm going to highlight this bit. Growing domestic appetite for UK luxury cars. Indeed, UN data shows that just 2 cars of any origin have been officially exported from Azerbaijan to Russia this year. Now, there's an implication to all of this, which is the cars are staying in Azerbaijan. They like their British luxury cars, so they're not sending them elsewhere. But have a look at this, okay? If they are so interested in their cars, why did they suddenly, at the very same time that those cars, any cars started coming into Azerbaijan, why did they start sending cars overseas? If we fill in the gaps of where these cars, and this is exports from Azerbaijan to the rest of the world, if we fill this in, it's certainly true that officially at least, only a small fraction are going to Russia. But just look at the rest of these destinations. The UAE, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Georgia. Now, these places are known to be areas which have sent goods on towards Russia in the past, certainly since the sanctions regime was imposed. So this is, I'm afraid, still a rather fishy story, and there's still many unanswered questions. We'll let you know if and when we get better answers.